We've honestly reached a point where it genuinely feels like Nicki Minaj is living in her own world. She is delusional. Now, a couple weeks ago, Megan Thee Stallion released a track called Hiss, where she took a couple shots at Nicki Minaj. Now, despite the fact that the two have a hit song together called Hot Girl Summer, which went extremely viral, it's also been public knowledge that the two haven't been seeing eye to eye recently. Nicki Minaj retaliated against the Hiss song by going on a rampage on Twitter, where she dissed Megan Thee Stallion and even went as far as to diss Megan Thee Stallion's deceased mother. Then Nicki Minaj went to release her own diss track called Bigfoot, even though Nicki Minaj herself says that it's not a diss track, but obviously is. And I'm bringing all of these facts up because I want to explain to you guys why Nicki Minaj is delusional. Nicki Minaj is a rapper with a beyond legendary status in hip-hop. She held it down as basically the only female rapper in the game for about a decade throughout the 2010s. And she didn't just hold it down, but she even excelled beyond most of her male peers. Through excelling in hip-hop, Nicki Minaj built one of the most incredible fan bases that grew to become one of the most loyal and biggest stan communities in the world, the Barbs. And remember the Barbs because they're going to be important later in the video. But recently it started to feel like the level of success she's amassed for herself also came with a curse. The constant fame and praise she gets from her fan base for her success in hip-hop has maybe gone to her head to the point where she can't see any fault in her wrongdoings, and she has a lot of wrongdoings. All of this led her down a path of self-incriminating actions and delusional self-defense instead of accountability. I couldn't name all the rappers Nicki Minaj has beefed with throughout her career, and the most interesting about all her beefs is the fact that a lot of them are against her fellow female rappers, other women in the game. And the worst thing about this is that she's built one of the most legendary legacies in hip-hop, and it feels like we're watching her tear it down in lifetime. I call Nicki Minaj delusional and separated from society because I don't understand how she can, as a female rapper, spend 10 years of her career building a worldwide fan base of female listeners, then go on to marry a man who's convicted for assault against a woman, then go on to defend him by bringing up the fact that he was young when the assault happened, even though this assault that we're talking about involved a knife, then go on to diss one of the biggest female rappers in the game and diss her by making fun of her deceased mother. So from my point of view, I look at this and I think, you have a female fan base and you marry an assault convict and you diss a fellow female rapper's deceased mother. I'm not going to spend time explaining why this is basically career suicide, because anybody with a clear thinking mind should be able to see how this is self-sabotage. And that's my point. It doesn't feel like Nicki Minaj is a clear thinking person anymore. I call her decision self-sabotage because even though a large amount of her Bob fan base is still loyal to her, many have started to also turn their backs against Nicki Minaj. Many women online are now calling Nicki out for problematic behavior in the past couple years. I feel like we can all feel Nicki Minaj slowly losing her stronghold on the female rap space. And with everything that was happening on Twitter, there's one question that's been on my mind through it all. After this beef with Megan is done, and in the next couple years she inevitably beefs with other female rappers, when she finally decides to retire, what will she be remembered for? And that's the thing. I don't think in the next 30 years people will look back at Nicki's career fondly. It's human nature to focus more on the negative aspects of history. And when people look back on Nicki Minaj's career, we won't be focusing on the amazing music she made. We won't be focusing on the countless women she inspired through her success. No. People will look back at Nicki's career and only think of the negativity she created and the countless rivalries she had with other female MCs. And one of the absolute worst parts about this all is the fact that the diss track she released wasn't even good. The reason why Drake won the Meek Mill beef was because he had the better song. Back to Back had a lot of replay value. The reason why Eminem won the MGK beef was because the shots he took hit hard. The instrumental he used was good, and he made a lot of good points on the track. Nicki Minaj's Bigfoot was as minimum effort as they come. Absolutely no energy, and the beat wasn't good. And to make matters even worse, most of the shots she took against Megan Thee Stallion were already tweeted on her Twitter account 24 hours prior. So by the time we even heard the song, we already heard all of the disses she had for Megan Thee Stallion. This is the delusion I'm talking about. I don't have to explain why tweeting all of your best disses against someone before releasing the actual diss track is a bad idea. And that's my point. It doesn't feel like Nicki Minaj has bad ideas anymore. It doesn't feel like Nicki Minaj is a reasonable-minded person anymore. It feels like Nicki Minaj is delusional. She's living in her own world. But this isn't about me, it's more about you. If you think I'm wrong about Nicki Minaj, please let me know why I am wrong in the comment section below. And if you think I'm right about Nicki Minaj, let me know why you agree with me in the comment section below. And as usual, I'm an extremely small YouTuber, so please like the video. And if you really liked it, please hit the subscribe button because every single like and every single sub counts. And thank you for watching.